The language of today's hosts, like Lou Dobbs, Bill O'Reilly, and Glenn Beck, is divisive, inflammatory, and often misleading, and only creates fear, hatred, and negative stereotyping of immigrants. Dobbs is the most guilty of the reckless, irresponsible journalism. CHC fully supports the First Amendment and freedom of speech. This is America's, and that is freedom is the bedrock and principle of our nation in allowing freedom of speech, and we support that. So today we use our freedom of speech to say to the networks who are running these shows and advertisers, we're watching. We're watching them. Analyst of Media Matters has made it today's report of critical of importance. I am pleased to hear that this is only the first part of their study. Too often these shows ignore the real issues affecting our country: a faltering economy, a healthcare crisis, and a broken immigration system. Instead, the viewers are led to believe that the undocumented people are running around the nation committing every kind of crime imaginable. I mean, that's basically what they've come up with, and you see on there in the stereotypes about many. Yet many reputable studies have found that immigrants commit fewer crimes than the native-born Americans. But yet, when you see a Lou Dobbs or O'Reilly or Gibbs, you'll see them stereotyping as if we're committing every kind of crime that you exist in the world. But today's reports show that these shows often report the same incident for over 20 episodes. So it's the same thing being repeated over and over and over and over and over. And people begin to think that all of these crimes are being committed. It's the same crime shown 20 times, 30 times, whatever the episode might be, luring the viewers into believing that these are new incidents when it's the same incident. It's not a new incident. It's the same one that this young lady committed. She's smiling. But it's the same one over and over and over. In the 2007 alone, Lou Dobbs Tonight discussed the link to immigrants and crime in 94 episodes. In 94 episodes. More than 1/3 of his shows in that year. Yet, it is questionable if such links even exist. Immigration opponents often note that a high proportion of the federal prisoners are foreign-born, both documented and undocumented. However, this is one statistic that gives a misleading impression of the overall crime. Federal prisoners represent fewer than 10% of the nation's incarcerated population. With the federal and state figures combined, foreign-born individuals represent only 5.9% of that total population. So today, again, we say to the advertisers and network, we're paying attention. As a Hispanic population, we represent 17%, or 49 million in terms of the total number, and 860 billion in purchasing power. So we're watching. We're watching. It's unacceptable to allow these news sources, especially the ones that claim to be most trusted names in the news, to represent opinions that are biased, myths, to pass it off as the truth. And people believe what the media comes out with. They think it's the gospel truth. And that is a reflection of what the rest of our society feels or thinks. That's a danger not only to the Hispanic Americans, but to the American voters and the American public in deceiving them when it's not actually true about everything that is happening around us on the issue of immigration.